Okay, the lighting's off. It's pretty early in the morning. I mean, it's not that early. A little past 6:30. That's not bad. So I wanted to do a quick video. And look, hey, fancy stuff, right? Yeah. Testing it out for other stuff. You know, when we do other videos and we have guests and stuff, we can start, directing people properly. And I think I have no idea how this looks like on your end yet, but sure, why not, right? All right, so we got some cool stuff there. Two things, obviously, in the title that I want to touch on because I've been asked about them by more than one person in consecutive days. And usually that's a sign that there is an interest by those finding these weird videos or finding however people find me. And it's always that if one person speaks up, there's usually other people who just haven't voiced that but may have the same question. So it's always good to kind of to get these out there and address them. So the first one, it's Jedi training, right? Like real Jedi training. There's been a few questions on that, like where can you go for training? And throughout other videos, we have answered these questions. There, but I'm not gonna like have you go hunting down stuff. And so hopefully with this in the title, you know, it'll be one of the first things if that's what you're specifically looking for. And of course, I will have links below where you can go to pages that have these links, the areas that we talk about, and they have like a rundown and an FAQ and things like that. But I just wanted to touch on Jedi training. It's available. It's work, you know. It's not as cool or as quick as the movies might show, or the comics, or the books, or the video games. It really does have, you know, it's an academic thing. You will be incorporating new practices into your life, depending on where you train. But mostly you're going to be incorporating new practices into your life. You are going to do a lot of reading, a lot of research is going to be involved, a lot of writing, typing is going to be involved. These are the you know, it's the boring academic side that doesn't get into movies because it's nowhere near as cool as running around the swamps or lightsaber fighting or you know, tapping into the Force. We'll get to that one, obviously, title, right? But yeah, it's just one of those things that you need to be prepared for. But it is obviously rewarding and worthwhile. That should be no surprise by someone who's running a channel about Jedi. You know, so and it's just about finding, if you don't know where to go, one of the resources that we put together, actually due to someone watching these videos, was or is Jediism.website, and it's just a poorly put together website that just has a bunch of links basically for you. Doesn't really have anything to answer questions or interact. It's not like that. It's just a way for you to look at what Jedi groups are out there. Usually one leads to another, leads to another. Like once you find one, you can usually spiderweb your way out into the community. So you can go there, check it out. There's Facebook groups. It has links to people who use Facebook. It has links to people who have direct websites. So it's really just a matter of what you want to do and where you want to train. And that's important. You know, do look for a group that you know, speaks to you, something that you like. You know, read through their material. Every group is going to have materials already like very much available for you to read, especially if they have a direct website. If they have their own website, you're going to find all the information you need to know about a group on that website. You're going to get a sample of their, in terms of Temple of the Jedi Order. That's a website you can check out, .org. Their doctrine is right there, on the page, and you just open up that page and you can go down. And if it appeals to you, if it speaks to you, then you can go to their FAQ, and that will get you all prepared to on what's ahead and how to get started. Jedi Living has, I don't know, we have a bunch of weird stuff. Like I don't think our training's not listed out. I mean, if you go to the forums, you can just look. Like the training academy is pretty much, like you can observe it. Anyone can observe it. The journals aren't, some of the academies not, like there's processes to get involved and all that stuff. But again, FAQ on the main website, but the main website does have like articles and things that we put up, like that the silly stuff, like 5 ways to be a Jedi Knight and things like that, so you'll find, but you'll get a sense of style and teachings and things like that by the main website. Institute of Jedi Realist Studies is another one, and again on their main website, like they have more of a kind of college setup with semesters and things like that, or at least they did the last time I was there. That was actually a while ago. But you'll get a sense, again, you get a sense of their teachings and what they promote and how they run things. There's always like some sort of FAQ available and things of that nature. So, definitely something to be on the lookout for. Facebook groups tend not to be good for training just because of the medium involved, but they are a great way to stay connected with the various Jedi out there. It's kind of like when I was a youngster Jedi way back in my day, they had easy boards was the easy one to make Jedi websites on. And again, those splintered out. Those had like a little link, a little web ring that you could go to, and you can just explore. Facebook's a lot the same way. It's that networking site, right? So you get to go there, you get to meet new people. You will get new material. You'll get materials on or videos. Groups are starting to do videos now and things of that nature. So you do get a dose of Jedi, and you do get an understanding. It's also easy to transmit documents and things like that. So you do get Jedi material, and it tends to be where a lot of the like one-on-one training tends to happen. All the other places, though, I'm pretty sure offer one-on-one training. It's just difficult. Temple of the Jedi Order, because it's really active right now, you do have to go through their training program. But after you go through their initiate program, you do one-on-one training. Just in case that appeals to a lot of people, and I have been asked directly about that, and I want to address that personally. Jedi Living, however, it has a much more involved process. Like you have to go through you have to go through tier 1 training. Then you have to go through a history and inspiration training course, which isn't like tier 2. It's just, no, you have to do this. This is part of what Jedi Living offers. And if you've seen our videos on that, like that's basically what you have to go through, but it, more reading and typing. But you get to go through the old websites. I'm sidetracking. And then you have to go through another tier 2. And then before you can become a mentor, someone who helps guide younger Jedi, you have to go through Jedi education. And it's basically a pre-Jedi Knight course, which just kind of talks about and gives you materials and make sure that you're ready. You're in a position to teach one-on-one. That you do have we help you form a syllabus. We prepare you for the responsibility. It's a big responsibility. It's important, and that's a whole other video, so I won't get into that. right now. But yeah, so that's available. So, but after you do all that, then you can be a mentor. So we have like, technically we have four, and two of them are just way too busy with life. One of them is potentially available, but again, she's kind of like on that cusp of, is life too busy or not? And again, it's not like, oh, I show up, I want to master, right? Like, the one-on-one relationship is important. And it's about vibes, and it's about communication and trust and these things. So it does take time to build, and not just anybody is given one. At Jedi Living, Temple of the Jedi Order, once you pass, you will get a master to move on eventually. As the master to student ratio right now is a little askew. Happens every time a new movie comes out, so you are going to have to exercise Jedi patience. But yeah, every site kind of has its process and steps to get to that one-on-one training. But it is available at most places. And so, but be mindful. Hey, you could go to JediLiving.com and you could check out I think it's like 10 things, or is it 5 things? 5, 10. It's a short list of things to look for, like Beware the False Master, I believe is the title of it. And things to look for in Jedi training, like 10 things to look for in Jedi training. Or is it 5? I really don't know. You're going to have to check it out. But it is useful stuff. It is useful information. So, so Jedi training is available. It's good. If belief is not required. If you just want to check it out because you're like, this seems silly, you seem silly, this is an insane idea, check it out. And you're like, but I'm kind of curious. Check it out. It might actually interest you. You might see something that you can equate it to in your life. Maybe you've been a fan of Buddhism or Taoism, or maybe you've been a fan of the knight errant stories, or maybe you're a fan of whatever. Maybe you're a fan of Bruce Lee, and it just vibes with that. That has happened before. So whatever it is, just check it out. It doesn't take much. It doesn't even take much of an open mind, really. You can go. The material speaks for itself. The training speaks for itself. The experience will speak for itself. You don't have to take anybody's word for it. You don't have to listen to someone's long credential list, right? I never put my resume out here on why I'm doing all this silliness. It just is what it is, right? So, okay. You probably heard me ramble on like enough on Jedi training. Yeah, we know what's out there. If I wanted to do it, I'd be doing it. You said the Force, Opie. I want to hear about that. I want to know about that. What's going on? Okay, so let's change tones for a bit. There's classes and subjects and courses and lectures at just about any group you go to, which is going to touch on the Force. And there will be lessons on how to feel the Force and ways to connect with the Force. And again, this is a rambling. This isn't meant to teach you. It's not meant to do. This is my view. And I have grown up with those courses, right? Like I've gone through them. I don't know. It's been like 20 years I've been doing this stuff, and so certainly have had my time. But I think it's important for you especially if you're new, especially if you just came here and you're just like, the Force has awakened, right? You saw the new movie and you're just maybe it's nostalgia, maybe it just spoke to you, and you're like, the Force is there, and it's powerful, and you feel something, right? Like you just seem to know something, like, no, it's there, but am I the only one? Am I crazy, right? Like there's this idea, and and you want to pursue it. I don't want people to feel that they have to go through all that Jedi training just to kind of confirm that suspicion or that inspiration. You can feel the Force at any given time. It is not something mystical. It is not something all, ooby dooby and new agey and religious. Spiritual well-being is certainly a part of it, and will be part of your explanation and part of your exploration of the label of the Force. But it really doesn't matter what you label it. It doesn't matter how you rationalize it or explain it in your mind. The thing with the Force, and it doesn't require belief. I always dislike that in training. It's you have to believe. You have to believe. You have to let go. You have to believe. No, you don't. No, you don't. All you have to do is understand that you are feeling connected to the universe. Now, however you perceive that and however you explain that, that's for you. The scientific view is very much an accepted view. If you feel anything's just, that's simply biological, or that's simply how the physics of our universe work. That's, yes, yes, it is. And yes, the Force is those things. Again, it's not, it doesn't have to be mystical. Does it have a mystical side? Sure. Does it have a spiritual side? Sure. Do those explorations and practices help open you up to new things? Sure. Those things tend to require belief, no. But feeling the Force, taking a moment and just feeling connected, no. That does not require belief. All you have to do, and you'll see it in classes, right? Like classes, they do a lot of subterfuge to get you there. They try to get you in the right mindset. And all it is quieting the mind and kind of getting you to stretch out with your feelings. That's really all it is. But you can do that. You can do that right now. All you have to do is stop. Just stop, man. Give yourself the time for you and nothing else. And if you just stop and close your eyes and just breathe and then pay attention to what you're feeling inside. What's the sensation on your skin? These things, you'll feel it. I'm not talking about you're going to feel the wind blowing, the air circulating in the room because the heater's on, because it's freezing outside, because it is. No. I am talking about you're gonna feel the energy within and around you. Now again, nothing mystical to that. If you want to put mystical explanations and spiritual explanations to it, again, you can. That is fine. But we are talking about energy. Now, energy in science is two things: thermal and kinetic. Excuse me. Now, we give off heat. You'll feel it. Oh, I've been fighting a cold for like 3 days. I've been winning the battle, though. I got it. All right. Sorry. I don't know if you were in the zone or anything there. Probably not. But the point is, if you want to feel the Force, if you want to confirm your suspicions or your inspirations or your hopes, right? Whatever it may be, just carve out some time for you. It doesn't have to be long. It really doesn't. It doesn't have to be long. All you have to do is stop and just feel, pay attention, awareness. Just stop where you're sitting, where you're standing, whatever. You can have your eyes open. The reason why people tell you to close your eyes and why I tell you to close your eyes is just because it's more input, and the brain, I need to. My brain's it's going a mile a minute anyways. Like it's effort to shut it down. So helping that, but yeah, all classes, they all have techniques to get you to that point. They all have techniques to kind of help you along. But it really is subterfuge. It really is just kind of tricking you to fall into line. And really, and again, it's all about just kind of stopping, stretching out with your feelings. That's all it is. Like the fiction, if you just followed the fiction, it will get you there. You will get there. It doesn't require belief, Now, is that gonna mean you're gonna start, sensing the phone before it rings, or start force lifting cars? Probably not. Probably not. Human potential is certainly infinite, and I'm a big fan of the what ifs and the possibilities, and the mysteries that the human brain and spirit hold. But ooby-dooby force powers are probably not, are definitely not high on my list. I think there's better things we can do with our time. But if you want to feel the force, it really is just that simple. It's just a matter of stopping, letting go of all, just this time's for you, getting that breath and just kind of letting everything go, and then just stretching it, and you'll feel it. And as soon as you do, maybe your mind starts rationalizing. Maybe your mind starts explaining. That's fine. Maybe you get lost in that for a little bit. That's fine too. I mean, don't get lost too long. Right? We all have things to do. We all have places to be and work to get done and school to go to. So definitely don't get lost. Don't get lost too long. Or if you really, if you do have a busy mind, set an alarm on your phone. Carve out 5 minutes. Carve out 10 minutes. Carve out 2 minutes. 2 minutes. And put the alarm on the phone, and just, that's your time. That's your time to do nothing. No, put your phone on. It's not even on silent. Put it on do not disturb, right? And just, that's yours. And knowing that, right? Knowing that, you can just breathe and feel. And you will. You're gonna feel something. Maybe not right away, right? I mean, there's a reason why these classes exist. There's reasons why in Jedi training there's this process to get there. But I think it's always been like that for people. I think we allow our minds to just get in the way, and that's why we need those involved processes, because our mind says, no, it shouldn't be that easy, right? Like the Force is this big idea. So it's a long, involved process to feel and understand it. But yeah, no. That is the secret the gurus won't tell you. Whatever. I don't know. I think they do, actually. There's probably books out there. Probably. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up now. The point being that the classes will help. The classes serve a purpose. The classes are good and to Jedi training. Don't fluff them off when you're going through Jedi training and the Force class comes up. Don't tell your instructor, well, Opie said it was this easy and I've already done it. Like, They don't like me enough as it is. And yes, I can say that just about any Jedi instructor out there. So, and that took time and effort. Okay. So don't think that just happens. But look, but certainly, so go through the class, do the things, listen to your instructor, right? Ask prudent questions, but don't be like Opie said, or I watched a YouTube video which said, don't go down that route. Don't be that student. But it is really simple. I think people, you feel it, right? Like if you were me, when I was watching Empire Strikes Back and Yoda was talking about it, I felt it there. I felt it there. The Force Awakens, I'm sure people, felt it, felt the awakening, if you will, right? So yeah, it's there. It doesn't. All it requires is you to focus. It just stop, focus. Pretty easy. We should put that together in like a thing. Stop, focus, feel. Kind of like stop, drop, and roll. I think we got something there. We might have something. We might have to trademark that. Get a copyright. We'll have to work on that. All right. So I'm being silly. I have to get going anyways. Hopefully this video has helped. If you have questions, of course, ask so we can make more videos. So I have an excuse to make more videos and not just like ramble on for no reason. Also, if we still do Coffee with the Jedi, and these are just random updates. So you can go if you need to go. Still do Coffee with the Jedi if you're interested in that. If not, we are not doing Coffee with the Jedi. It is very much participation based, and I'm not chasing anybody down. Let's be clear about that. It is just a resource for Jedi, new or veteran, to kind of a platform to talk and hang out and say hello to the community. I think I'm up to 10 subscribers now or something, man. It's more than just you, Mom. I got internet friends. Woohoo! What else? Jedi Living, it's doing its thing. Projects that I've been wanting to talk about, still can't talk about. Blah. But it's holiday season and stuff. Happy holidays, by the way. Whatever your holiday may be. Yeah, that's basically everything. So hopefully that helped. If you have questions, ask. We do have Ask a Jedi and stuff like that. And the reason to think you can, there's all the links below if you want to connect with other Jedi. So do so. So rock on. Let's end this video because the animals are telling me it's time to go to work.